Hi, this is Terry. I've lost 180 pounds on a meat-focused, low-carb diet. I've managed to maintain since 2022. Stick around because I never know what adventure I'm on. We're going to do a different kind of meal prep. It's not exactly a meal prep like normal. I've got these individual pork, like these are ribeye chops, butterfly chops, boneless chops, what is this? Butt country ribs and pork steaks. So what I'm doing is I'm going to defrost this. It doesn't have to be like all the way. I don't need it room temperature, but I want it defrosted enough that I can break them apart because I've really been enjoying with my beef having individual servings that I can pull out and put in my fridge, and then on each day, each evening, I've been cooking, we'll say the evening supper and then the lunch for the next day. So what I would like to do is be able to rotate in this pork. I did a freezer clean out, and these are all individual things. I have a pork butt and a pork loin that I'm leaving alone, but these are all individual porks that I can just let defrost enough that I can pull them out and put them into servings. Because I'd like to be able to just pull out, let's say, three ribeye chops or one butterfly chop, and so I can decide if I need more than that. But this way, it's already going to be put into serving sizes. And I'll do that the same with those down there. So anyway, so I just want to let you know what I'm doing is I'm taking those pork items and I'm going to turn those into individual servings. One of them's from January 2024. By the way, that's dog treats, not human treats. Anyway, so there you go. That's what we're looking at. So I'll see you when they defrost. So I feel like these are still a little too frozen to separate. Okay, it's like still a solid piece. So these definitely have to sit a little longer. Let's look at some of these dates. September, no. July 2023, March 2024. January 2024 and January 2024. So $5, I'm gonna get 2 meals for $5 and for the same thing. So and yeah, they've been in my freezer a long time, but it's a deep freeze, so I don't think it's a bad thing. You know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna, I know it doesn't hurt the meat. Will it lose a little of its flavor? Maybe, but do I care? No. So, because, I'm not going to eat this just plain meat. I'm going to put seasonings on it. So, but again, the point of what I'm doing is to get things in a way that I'll be able to pull this Ziploc bag out of the freezer for a meal. And then when I'm ready to cook it up, it will have been defrosted. I have been doing that recently, and I really, really like how that works. Like I said, I've been doing it with beef, but I have not really done that with pork. And so, since I was doing a freezer clean out, I thought now's a great time to do it. So, I've got, this is a butterfly chop. And so, I will just plop that in here. Toss it over there. And a butterfly chop. And toss it in here. You could do it 2 ways. I've been reading where people use their air fryer to cook frozen steak, and I've done that, and I've also cooked frozen burgers, so I definitely know that is an option from frozen, so you could just keep it in the freezer and cook it straight from frozen. What I've been doing with my meat, or with my beef, I've been actually, because I tend to have a 4-day rotation, And so what I've been doing with the beef, well, with everything, it's what I always do. I have a 4-day rotation. So here's an example. I'll have a lunch and supper. This is set up in my refrigerator. And there'll be like a couple meats and a veggie, a couple meats and a veggie, couple meats and a veggie, couple meats and a veggie. So today I pull this out. This is what I'm eating today. I move them around here to here to here. Then I reach in the freezer and I pull out another lunch, supper, and veggie if I have veggies. Sometimes I'm not doing the veggies. So, you know, if you're straight carnivore, you just pull out what you're wanting to eat. So you might have 3. You might have a breakfast, lunch, and supper meat. Or you might just have, or you might have like this. And I had some pork belly. And so I've been pulling that out as well. So you might say, okay, I've got a hunk of pork, a hunk of beef, and some bacon. And so you pull that out, and then you make your eggs and your bacon for breakfast. Your eggs are in the refrigerator. And then you make this for lunch and something else for supper. So it doesn't matter whether you're keto, carnivore. Honestly, this system does not matter, whatever you are. I've been doing it for, gosh dog, how long have I been eating this way? Since 2020, I guess? No, 2019. So anyway, these might give me a little fit. Watch, I'm gonna cut my hand off. Listen, if you see the video, you know I have all my appendages. Well, we'll just leave this and to defrost a little more, and I'll switch them over. So give me just a second. Okay, maybe these will work how I need them to work. We'll see. I might be doing this a little too early. I honestly don't know. I got these all lined up here. Let me get them back where they need to go. Like I said, I was trying to catch them before they defrosted all the way. Then that way, you know, they're still, because they are now going to go back into my freezer. So 1, 2, I'm thinking 3 of these little jobbers will be fine. I think 3 of those would be the equivalent of one of those of the other ones. So let's see if we have enough to do 3. 1, 2, 3. Where's my knife? 2, 3. Because I may not want pork every day, or I may not want beef every meal. Sometimes you just want to kind of change things up, you know. So this way, because currently I only have beef that's set up this way. I did have chicken. Here's my problem with chicken. I like the taste of chicken, but chicken just does not stay very long at all. And I find that I get hungry earlier the next day. So it's just kind of like, I like the taste of chicken, but I eat chicken thighs, so it's not even like I'm complaining about white meat. I eat the dark meat, but I really have to eat a whole lot of dark meat to feel full, and then to stay full, the same thing, you know? So it's like, yeah, I ain't got that kind of time. All right, so let's see how this one's gonna work here. Okay. Yeah. See, they're just enough frozen, so this is good. This is good. Get this out of the way. I put a, to defrost, I put them on top of this foil because I thought, well, this way if there's any leaks, I don't have to wash my pan. Let me get rid of this. Hang on. So let's see if we have enough. I thought I counted that there would be enough. Let me see. That's 3. 1, 2. This one needs to be a little one. 3. Let me put these 3 together. Okay, 1. I'll just separate them out so I can kind of see their sizes a little better. Okay, these 2 are smaller. So I could do these 3 3, and 3. All right, I did have enough. I thought I did, but I just wasn't sure. So, 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. And see, there's a little hunk of meat back there, so had I not put this thing on there, then I'd have to wash it. Now, if you want to wash these big old hunking things, whatever, you do your thing. I'm not judging you for nothing, so you worry about you, I'll worry about me. So now I can politely take this apart, and my thing is clean. So I'm going to let this one defrost, and then these pork steaks over here defrost, and when they're all done, then we'll put those in there next. So I'm trying to get them to, I'm going to freeze them as flat as possible. So I'm going to do them, so that way whenever I stack them up, then they lay a lot flatter. So I'm trying to do them evenly. And then, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. So that way, when they're in the freezer, they just kind of stack up nice and neat. So, all right, I'll be back. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. It looks like I'm probably going to get 4. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got 4 of these open. There's an extra one, but that's all right. So again, what I'm going to try to do is make them lay flat in here, so that way they freeze better. And 1. 2. Come on, filler. 3. These are the thick ones. These are like the boneless chops, but they're pretty thick, so that'll be good. And 4. All right, so those all work. Let me get rid of this, and let's take a look and see how those are going. I'm actually going to have to open up some more bags, and probably going to have to open up some of the longer bags for the pork steaks. I don't even know if they're at a stage of being ready or not, so I'll wait and come back if they are. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Let's go ahead and put these 4 away with the others, and I'm going to kind of show you what I do. So these are the others that are in here working on freezing. So I'm going to put these ladies flat in here with them. What I typically do is I have these, let me lower this so you can see. This is where there's some chicken. But if I have things frozen flat, I can stand them up in here. And I can stand them up here on the side a little bit. And so then when it's time for me to pull something out, I can say, okay, I'll take a steak and a burger. And then that's what I put in my pile. So that's kind of how the rotation works. I do have my, so that right there, that was some chicken. So, but those are up here. So those are going to freeze. And when they're frozen, I've got some other beef that I recently did. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in the rotation. I may keep them separate so I can choose, or I may not. I have no idea what Terry's going to do. But that is the premise of what I'm doing. So I'll holler whenever those are ready. All right, these are ready to go, I think. They seemed like it. So if we get these done and not those, that'll be all right. I want to kind of feel the weight of them before I decide if I want 1 or 2 in a package. So like I said, I just want them to be defrosted enough that I can separate them. So how are they? Ah, okay, so they're like that. I'll decide. I think 2 will be good. So let me pull off this glove. And actually I could use, forget it. I've already got these out and ready. So 1, 2, 3. And these are, what I say those are? Country style ribs. So that's what those are. So I'm going to kind of take a look at this, and I just don't feel like this is at a stage where it's ready for me to kind of peel them apart. I think the underneath side is frozen solid. So I'm going to do this. Come on, baby. All right. Okay. I'm just going to let it sit in here. And whenever I can start picking them all apart, if I can reach in and separate them, that's whenever we'll put them in. So in the meantime, they're just going to sit there and defrost. I got to wash my hands. I'll be back. They're finally defrosted enough. Well, I say that. I had to take a knife and kind of poke them apart, but I'm not bleeding, and I got all my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got all my fingers, so that's a bonus. Anyway, so yeah, and they are still pretty doggone frozen. So anyway, it's not like I could cook one right now or anything, but I might leave one out for later this week. But anyway, so this is the pork steak. So I've heard that some places do not have pork steaks. My understanding of what a pork steak is, so if you were to ever want to try one, you take a pork butt and they slice it into about 1 inch thick slices. And then from there, you've got a pork steak. Because see, it's a real fatty thing. It's because it's made from the butt. Ha! I said butt. But yeah, so it's just a sliced pork butt. So if you live somewhere and you go have a butcher or somebody that can slice it for you, just tell them to slice. It's a bone in. So hang on, let me get rid of this. It's bone in, so the bone is right here. What I have done in the past when cooking them, like whenever I was going to cook a whole bunch, like a whole family, that's a family pack, a whole family pack of pork chops, what I've done in the past is let them defrost, and then before I cook them, I'll pull that bone out so it can be raw and uncooked, and then I give it to the dogs. Don't lecture me, people. I had a dog with bad allergies, like Lou, except it was only one dog, so she was on a carnivore diet, on a raw carnivore diet, and she was healthier then than ever. I'd buy a pork butt. I actually had 2 dogs at the time. You could buy pork butt at that time for 99. No, if it was on sale, it'd be 89 cents a pound, sometimes 79. Anyway, I'd buy a pork butt. I'd take a knife. I'd cut it in half, and one of them was lucky enough to get the bone. And so there was 2, and they weren't food aggressive. So one would take her big old hunk of pork butt, one would take her big old pound of pork butt, and they just parted ways. They also got chicken leg quarters, and anyway, but they were the healthiest dogs you ever met in your life. But I can't afford it now because this stuff is like $4 a pound. Anyway, that ain't what we're here for. So, but this is it, and I'm done now, so I'm going to freeze these, and yeah, you're going to start seeing some pork in my rotation. So, like I said, I'm going to leave one of these out, because I might try it tomorrow if it defrosts enough, so, all right, if not tomorrow, maybe Sunday. Bye.